Joining me now is Congressman Khanna, Democrat of California and a member of the House Armed Services Committee. Congressman, thank you for being with us tonight. As a member of the House Armed Services Committee, I want to get your take on the situation in Ukraine. The Biden administration is reportedly gearing up to request additional aid for Ukraine from Congress. What should a new aid package consist of, in your opinion?
Sharpton, we will be voting for the new aid package. Let's just summarize what this president has done. Over $4 billion of aid to Ukraine. We've provided them with anti-aircraft missiles, anti-tank missiles. We've helped them get tanks into the country. We've provided them with parts so that their airplanes can fly. We're providing them with long-range artillery. I think we're doing everything we possibly can to have them make this fight, and that's why they've been succeeding. Our technology is much better than the Russian technology. The president deserves a lot of credit.
Switching to politics, Congressman, and looking ahead to midterms, you're among progressives urging President Biden to reinvigorate the push for a downsized version of the Build Back Better Act. At the core of that push is climate action. Which you hope to see passed before the end of the summer, and a modicum of student debt relief, both of which President Biden campaigned on. Can you tell us how Democrats win on those priorities in this upcoming election, Congressman?
Well, the student debt relief, to me, is the easiest no-brainer. I mean, you talk to people across this country, it is crazy that we're asking them to graduate with $10,000, $20,000, $30,000, $50,000 of debt starting their life. And by the way, these aren't all folks going to college. They may have done a vocational class. They may have done some credentialing class, and they have this debt. No other Western democracy does this. It is wrong. It is morally wrong to be putting this burden on our young folks, and we ought to cancel the debt. The more, the better. The president explicitly promised $10,000 of debt relief. We should have done it a year ago. We should do it today. We better do it before the midterms. On climate, we've got to get that done. Look, if there's ever a time for a moonshot on renewable energy, if there's ever a time for a moonshot, it's now. We're seeing the consequence of the dependence on Russian oil, on Saudi Arabian oil, on Venezuelan oil, on Iranian oil. Why are we in this position? We're seeing big oil fleece the American public. Let's make sure this doesn't happen again. Let's invest in solar and wind, in new energy sources. We can get that done before the midterms.
Now, Congressman, before we lose you, the House Select Committee released a massive court filing Friday, further illustrating the role that a number of former President Trump's top allies played. They played this in the planning of January 6th, the rally that led to a real assault on the Capitol. The understanding among some of the organizers that the events of that day could turn violent. These investigations into the events of January 6th, both from the House Select Committee, the Justice Department, both of them, why are they so important?
Well, they're important because it shows that this was at the highest level of the Trump White House. The challenge is that the people who've been arrested and prosecuted so far are the ones who were caught up in the insurrection, who were caught up in the riots. But what people want to make sure is that it's not just people who were caught up there because they saw some Facebook post. We need prosecution and accountability on the people who masterminded all of this, who tried to overturn the election. And I'm confident with Betty Thompson's excellent leadership that we will have a report that will lay it all out. And then, of course, it's up to the Justice Department what they do with it.
Yeah, so, well, I think that is, see, the planners, the ones at the top, were the ones that clearly had in mind overturning the election. There are some that could have, as you said, come reacting to a Facebook post that can say, well, I didn't know we were stopping a vote. Those at the top level could not say that that was their intent. Thank you, Congressman Khanna, for being with us.